So, hi everyone. Just yesterday, DeepSeek has released a report stating that they are making theoretically 545% of cost profit margin. This is a humongous and staggering number given they have such a low cost and free services as well. But there is a catch. They have very clearly mentioned that this is a theoretical profit margin. And if you see on the internet, Media House being Media House, they have reported it like something that DeepSeek is making 545% of profit margin. The news is entirely wrong. It is theoretical profit margin, and now I'll be showing you an example how actual profit margin should be getting calculated and what can be an estimate for DeepSeek for this. This number is completely bogus. You can ignore this. Don't get hyped by it. So, first of all, let's try to understand the difference between theoretical and practical, the actual profit margin. So, we will be learning some maths here now. So, theoretical calculation is based on assumptions. It often ignores the practical limitations and the real world problems. Like, for example, assume we have a bakery. Now, in the bakery, the revenue per day is about $1,000 and the cost of ingredients is $2,000. Hence, the profit margin calculated would be 1000 minus 2000, $800. 800 upon 200 equals to 400%. Now comes the catch. Not this is a very ideal situation. Now, if you see in the real world, some pastries will go unsold and or are discounted. Labor is there, electricity is there, equipment maintenance is required. Unexpected expenses rise, such as repair or ingredient price fluctuation. So, real world applications have been completely ignored in case of theoretical calculation. Hence, the actual profit margin for the bakery might be much lower than 100% also, once you consider all these costs. Theoretical calculation, how DeepSeek is giving. DeepSeek is going with a simple assumption. All usage of its V3, DeepSeek V3 in R1 models for 24 hours and build at R1's price. This is a very highly idealized condition. They are not considering any failure. They are not considering that how these models would be used 24 hours, 24 cross 7. They haven't considered that. They're going with a basic assumption that if the models are getting used throughout every day for every second and are built at R1's price, then the theoretical daily revenue would be 562027. GPU leasing cost is 87,000 and profit margin would be 545. They have missed out on many factors that they should have considered. So, for example, actual revenue consideration should have multiple things. Limited monetization. Only a fraction of its services are monetized. Free access. The free access that you have on deepseek.com also uses the GPU, whatever they have. So the GPU leasing cost, they won't be leasing everything. Some of them is free. Discounts. The company offers low prices during off-peak hours, if you know this, further reducing the earnings. Additional factors. I think there are many factors that they have skipped, and it's more like a marketing number, I would say, that they have presented. Monetization limitation. DeepSeek prioritizes accessibility and long-term adoption, right? So they often provide free and discounted services. Hidden costs are not accounted. R&D, how are they paying their employees? That is also a cost. Infrastructure and talent, they have mentioned. Data acquisition and processing, that also requires some cost. Market and usage dynamics. If DeepSeek were to fully monetize services, usage would likely drop significantly, because right now they're assuming that everyone still be using. If 100 people are using right now, if they change the policy, 100 people will still be using it. That's not the case. That's how it works. Also, hardware cost just does not involve GPU. It involves multiple things also. It involves massive infrastructure and investment. Operating costs are there, cloud and networking costs are there that they have completely ignored. Competition and market condition. The AI landscape is highly competitive. Competitive price strategies limit how DeepSeek can charge. This is important. If tomorrow OpenAI changes their price, they might also need to. So there are multiple factors that the team has completely ignored. Now, following that, if I try to give you a rough estimate, how what can be the actual profit margin looking like, assuming everything R&D, the pricing that they offer, free services and all, that margin shouldn't be more than 50%. What I assume, if it would be very very high, it would be around 100%. If only GPU leasing costs are assumed, then it would be 100 to 200%. Right. The margin would shrink when you will see all the operational expenses. So just a final verdict, this is not the actual number 545. Don't get swayed by it. Multiple thing goes in building a business, running a service. It's not just a model and a GPU. I hope you now understand the whole dynamics and you don't get swayed by the other media articles. Thank you.